All right, we are going live today using the Riverside chat. And uh, this is one of the things that I didn't realize that I had this ability because I use Riverside for my podcast. And I was using StreamYard the other day. I really love StreamYard, at least from testing things out. And then I was like, you know what? It would be really cool since I already pay for Riverside if Riverside could do the same thing. And lo and behold, it does offer the same functionality as far as going live on YouTube and multiple streams. My problem is I don't know if I like this as much as Yardstream. So right now we're taking a look at the different kind of lives that are on TikTok, which are kind of crazy, right? And if we go through, somebody's getting an oyster out of this one. Let's see if we can. How do we go to the next one? There should be an easy way to.
Guess what? You will automatically.
I don't want to listen to the guy. Yeah, this is. I mean, it's. I don't see the button. I don't see the button. But anyways, let's not get lost in trying to maneuver that. Right now, I'm trying to think just functionality wise, comparing Riverside to Yardstream. And yesterday, I pulled Yardstream up for the very first time, and well, now the thing is, this is just bothering me, so I'm gonna have to get rid of this. Let's see in Riverside if I were to stop. See, it's not very intuitive. Oh, I this is gonna be a problem. This is gonna be a problem because I think I like Yardstream better for live streaming. So right now I'm trying to figure out, okay, so how do I get rid of the secondary window that we have here going on? Expand the frame. What does that do? Don't want that. Minimize the frame. And see what and the confusing thing is why you're watching within Riverside, which is kind of the producer studio that you are paying attention to. I also have a screen up, one of the windows just on YouTube, so I can see, okay, what actually are people looking at on YouTube. And then on a third screen, I have the TikTok app going so that we can monitor the different live feeds on TikTok. So one of the questions I have is, okay, I'm over on the TikTok screen in Chrome. Where is the to go to the next live? So there's the live, but okay, so it's right. It's okay right here. So somehow the arrows just weren't there. All right, so now we're able to go. So right now it looks like it's a 5-10 second delay from what we're watching on our live and streaming it to YouTube. Not, I mean, it's somewhat confusing, but I think it's definitely manageable. Now, the thing is, let's say that I wanted to get rid of the screen within Riverside so that we can stop streaming the secondary stream. There is no intuitive way of doing this. At least in Yardstream, you had the different screens that that we're going live, and then you can remove those screens and they go into like a holding area at the bottom. The only thing that I see within my screen here in Riverside is within the browser itself that says stop sharing. If I click that, we lose the screen. Okay, that's fine. I don't necessarily like it though. There's my share button. And if I go back to, it gives me the option. So when I hit the share button within Riverside, it gives me the option of the entire screen, the window, or my Chrome tab that is up. So let's say we want to go back to watching share tab audio. I don't want to share the tab audio. How about that? So now we go back to sharing the secondary screen that has the TikTok lives on it. Now the problem is, okay, if you guys see my cursor there on the TikTok screen? So we have now lost the function of switching to another. Every time I click the screen there, it's giving me the audio, which I don't want either. Yeah, I'm telling you, I don't. I think I like Yardstream better. I think I like Yardstream better. Click to unmute. See, I don't want this. So if I wanted to move and change the live, it's the arrow that we had within that window over here. It's gone. And if you click on the thing, then it's picking up the audio, which I don't want. I don't want the audio. So let's say I wanted to get rid of that screen. Stop sharing. And I don't know if necessarily if that's within the Riverside app or if that's part of the Chrome browser saying that I'm sharing that particular window. So that's kind of confusing. Intuitively, using between the two programs of Riverside and StreamYard, picking right up with it and just how things should work within my brain, Yardstream is so much easier. I even had Amanda, the ever hopeful gardener, on yesterday to kind of practice with it, or was it the day before? I don't remember. And everything just kind of worked. It was kind of neat. So here, okay, so here's another thing here. If I go to chat, I don't know. Let's go ahead and see if we can see any of the chat comments. So right now I'm going to go into the YouTube window that I have on my laptop browser. So this is basically what, if you're watching this live, you're watching it through this here. So we're going to go ahead and type testing to see if you can see this chat comment while in Riverside. All right, so I've placed the comment within the YouTube chat box in the live. And we are going to see if now on StreamYard, whatever was typed in on the chat, you were able to see that within the Yardstream app while you were streaming. They were connected. I'm looking right now, and I don't see what I typed within the YouTube chat box on the live. I don't see it in Riverside. I so my dilemma going forward is going to be, because I'm using Riverside for podcasting, but then I also was thinking, okay, maybe I can also use the same software to live stream with. I do like Riverside for the podcasting. I love the quality of the separate video and audio files that I'm able to download afterwards, so I can cut up and make video clips with a higher quality. But on the live side of things, I definitely prefer Yardstream. So now I'm going to have to look at, can Yardstream do the separate video and audio channels at a high quality like Riverside can, and then can I basically just use everything within Yardstream as opposed to Riverside? This isn't what I was hoping for. I'll tell you that. This was not what I was hoping for. And as far as production value, I will say when I was using Yardstream, to be able to manipulate how you guys are seeing the screens when I'm sharing things, or when we're on with somebody else, you can do the side-by-side video, and then I could decide, oh, well, I'd rather have me as the big video and my guest, and then both of us looking at whatever file or whatever browser tab that is open. All that within Yardstream was super easy to do. Riverside, I feel like it's not made. It wasn't made for live streaming. It was made for the podcast side of things. And they're like, oh, let's add live streaming as a functionality. Cobble it on. But just looking at the options here, yeah, I'm kind of bummed out. I mean, if Riverside, I know I'll end up getting an email, and luckily I didn't pay for the full year of Riverside. I'm going month to month. And again, for podcasting and what I was doing on the podcasting side before, I started considering this as a live streaming option also. It was working great. I was really happy, and I could see myself signing up for a full year of Riverside. Adding in the element of live streaming now, I am completely doubting Riverside, and I'm going to have to test Yardstream with podcasting. So I'm going to go to the StreamYard. I was calling it Yardstream. It's StreamYard. This is how new I am. So we're going to have to look into so let's go ahead and try to share. I'd let you guys look at this also. Chrome tab, StreamYard. So right now you guys are seeing the StreamYard tab that I have open. So there's our live that we did with Amanda yesterday. And if you go back and watch through the live there, I think I have it actually live for you guys to view on YouTube. You will see as we were discovering how to use StreamYard, we were like, oh, this is really, really cool. So let's take a look at the StreamYard options. Because right now I'm paying to Riverside like $20 a month or something, which looks like it's similar to StreamYard. So if we were to do that for StreamYard, basic $20 a month, no StreamYard logos, unlimited streaming, unlimited local recordings, 10 on-screen participants, live streams are recorded, multi-stream to 3 destination, custom RTMPs, logos, overlays, backgrounds, pre-recorded streams, 1 hour. What is that? So are we doing on the basic? Are we doing just 720? Because if you look over here on the professional side, professional for $39 a month, almost double what you would pay for basic, you'll get full HD. So I bet you anything basic, what we're doing right now, or what we would be doing right now, and it looked really good yesterday. Again, that yesterday's live was using StreamYard, and that looked really good. I'll have to compare because Riverside today, we should be doing 1080p because that's the limitation of what I'm working with. You can go up to 4K, it said, but my limitation is 1080p. But looks like yesterday StreamYard would have been 720. Wow. We're gonna have to see how well StreamYard does with podcast. I do have a podcast recording tonight. I'll probably do. I mean, I'll do it on Riverside, just because I finally have a routine on how to do the podcast on Riverside. I do like it. I want to make sure that there's no hiccups there. And then maybe tomorrow during the day we do a test like podcast on StreamYard. And if that works, we can look into just using StreamYard. But right now, I'm going to tell you guys, StreamYard is the way to go when comparing Riverside to StreamYard for live stream broadcasting. The question's going to be, can I podcast with StreamYard? Can I remember that it's StreamYard and not YardStream? I don't know. We'll see. Price-wise, we're about the same. So, yeah, well, this was a good test. Again, going back to the chat thing, I can't see the chats within Riverside. My production window within Riverside right now, I don't see the chats. I would have to have the YouTube window open, which it's not a big deal because I would have to have it open no matter what just to see what you all are seeing on YouTube. So I would have to have that chat up. But with StreamYard, the chats that are going on YouTube, they were getting pushed back to StreamYard. I could just use the one window. What I typed in today is not coming back to Riverside. Yeah, I'm reading up on the StreamYard. Record separate audio and video files on each user's device. Even if someone has a weak connection, the recordings won't be blurry or choppy. Useful if you need to do post-production editing. We'll also still create a cloud recording. That's the same thing as Riverside. Now, whether or not quality-wise, when we look at apples to apples, is that going to be the same? We'll have to see. It seems right now, Tuesday morning, my very first review of StreamYard and comparing it with Riverside, StreamYard by far for live streaming. I'm not crazy about the Riverside setup. And that is totally not what I was hoping for. Because I'm already paying for Riverside for podcasting. Again, I'm only monthly though. All right, well that's good. So we're gonna go ahead and end our live here, and I'm gonna do a little more research on StreamYard to see what's going on. Maybe I can get some time in this afternoon and then use and try out StreamYard for tonight's podcast. I don't know. We'll see. So, all right, guys. We'll see you on the next one.